Here is a quick overview of all the gear I'm going to be taking with me on my Appalachian Trail Thru Hike in 2022. I'm going to go through each item with you, and then we're going to pack everything up from left to right in order of the way I pack it and see how everything fits. I'll be wearing a dry fit Nike t-shirt, an old pair of Under Armour running shorts with the liner cut out, some ex officio boxer briefs, Dirty Girl gaiters, low-cut wigwam socks, and a pair of La Sportiva Wildcats. I also use the lightest trekking poles on the planet, the Gossamer Gear LT3C custom trekking poles that are non-adjustable. In the next row, we have my pack, which we'll get to in just a second. But first, in a Z-Packs food bag, I keep 2 Hammock Gear 20-degree quilts, 1 underquilt and 1 top quilt for my hammock. Here's my pack. It's a Gossamer Gear Gorilla, the 2012 version, so it's 10 years old. They don't make it anymore, but it has served me well for 10 years. By far my favorite thing about this pack is the hip belt. It is so comfortable against my bony hips. It's nice and wide, very well padded. It's got great sized hip belt pockets for snacks and chapstick, all kinds of stuff. I've also added some zipper pulls to each of them that glow in the dark, and I've also added them up top to the lid pocket. A few other modifications that I've made to the pack besides trimming off all the excess strapping to save weight, I added a few doodads here onto the right shoulder strap to attach a dollar store umbrella. On my other shoulder strap, I'll be carrying my cell phone inside of this Gossamer Gear shoulder strap pocket in the large size. I also love that it's got that stretchy mesh on the outside to stick a bar or some fruit snacks in. To make sure I keep everything dry that I need to keep dry, I use dry sacks, and I also use a trash compactor bag to line my whole backpack to make sure all those important items stay dry. This is one of my favorite features of this pack, is the removable back pad that doubles as a sit pad, sleep pad, a fire fan, and also adds some rigidity to your pack since it's frameless. Here's what the pad looks like taken out of the pack. It's a tri-folding torso length pad. I've added some Tyvek tape at both of the folding spots to add more life since they don't make this pad anymore. I can also combine the tri-folding pad with a 1/8 inch pad from Gossamer Gear so I can cowboy camp or sleep in a shelter in a pinch. The next row is my clothes bag. At the very top is my Melanzana hoodie. I don't even think they let you hike the AT unless you have one of those. Below that is my Patagonia base layer, top and bottom, a pair of REI sleep socks, a pair of wigwam hiking socks, an extra pair, a microfiber towel for drying off and wiping condensation, a head net for bugs, and all of that will be packed into this pillow bag from Z-Packs. These next 4 items are the last things that I keep inside of my trash compactor bag to keep dry. At the very top, in a double-ended stuff sack, I have some tree straps, some whoopee slings, my homemade hammock, and homemade bug net. The next item in this row is my cook kit. Let's open that up and get a closer look. On the very top of my cook kit is my spoon. I usually stow this in my food bag. It's a Ozark Trail Walmart brand plastic spoon. I got it for 88 cents, and it's the long handle so I can get into the Ziploc bags to eat out of since I don't cook inside of this pot. Here's the contents of my cook kit. I've got a koozie cozy that I made out of Reflectix to hydrate my food in and keep my stuff warm. A Toaks 550 milliliter pot with no handles. A pot lid that I made out of a blueberry pie pan I took from work. Put a little bit of foil tape on top for a handle. There is my fuel canister. On top of this light load towel that I use to dry out my pot after I'm done boiling water, I have a small piece of a plastic vegetable bag that I can use as a scrubber to scrub out my pot if I do cook inside of it, which I rarely do. I also have a BRS stove and a mini Bic lighter wrapped in Tyvek tape, along with a rubber band that wraps all this up. The next item beneath my cook kit is my 1/8 inch Gossamer Gear foam pad. I use this for cowboy camping, sleeping in shelters, or just sticking under my butt in the hammock if the wind is robbing all the warmth from my quilts. The last item in this row is my down jacket. This is not the lightest down jacket option. It is a Marmont Zeus down jacket. I got it for like $7 a couple years ago, and I've had it ever since. It's got some patch holes in it from fire embers, but still works pretty good, so I'm going to take it with me so I don't have to buy another jacket. Moving on to the next row, at the very top is my hammock tarp from Jack's or Better. It's a hex tarp and is no longer being manufactured. Beneath that, in a Z-Pack steak bag, is 4 MSR groundhog steaks, and underneath of that is my Deuce of Spades trowel, which I've added some plasti dip to the handle so it doesn't dig into your hand so much when you're digging your cat holes. This is my water filtration system. I have a Sawyer squeeze with a plastic scoop, a 2-liter CNOC or whatever knock bottle, 2 smart water bottles, one for a flavor drink and one for just water. This is my Z-Pack's kilt, along with a brand new Marmont Precip rain jacket that still has the tags on it, hasn't even been in the woods yet. I also have 2 quart-size Ziplocs in here I can put over my hands in rainy, cold weather to act as kind of like rain mitts. I'm trying out a dollar store umbrella this year. I don't know how it's going to work in a really heavy downpour. I've only had it out on one overnight trip, and it only rained a little bit. This is my auxiliary clothes bag. I'm going to open this up and show you what I have inside of this. I have a fleece beanie from Z-Packs, a pair of possum down gloves, also from Z-Packs, a green buff, and a pair of wind pants that I got off of Amazon. Here is the last row of gear. At the very top is my Z-Packs food bag, along with bear line and rucksack. Next to that is a 3-ounce bottle of olive oil. Here is my ditty bag that has my toothbrush, toothpaste, powder, medications, tape to bandage up blisters. And this is my electronics bag with my headlamp, power bank, all my cords, and plugs. These next couple items I store in my hip belt pockets along with my walking snacks for the day. I've got some chapstick, an eyeglass wipe, some hand sanitizer in this Ziploc, and on this side is my Manfrotto iPhone mount for my tripod, which is a brand new UltraPod Mini with a Velcro wrap, so I can hang it around my hammock ridgeline at night and edit. All packed up, ready to hit the trail. I'm going to take the food out and take my fuel canister out. I don't have any water in here yet, so we'll weigh it and see what she weighs. No other consumables, except maybe a whole bunch of chapstick. Let's see what my winter base weight is. 13.5, it looks like.